History of Rome, which is a benchmark for all civilizations of the world, wherein the establishment of the state system and several changes which occurred in coming times, like the establishment of the monarchy and then its downfall and rudimentary form of democracy and then autocracy and again monarchy, as written in the books of Aristotle, Plato, and other political thinkers. Roman history starting from the establishment of Rome by Roman Romulus. They established monarchy in proper Rome and extended its periphery all round, and several city-states emerged having great potentialities and rivalry in each other, especially two states, Athens city-state and Sparta, which came up in prominence, and Athens was having democratic setup while Sparta a military state in which the rules and regulations were highly different, wherein Athens was having great merit to inculcate the democratic principles and right to their free citizenship. Sparta was ruled by sword, and each and every citizen of the city-state was having military training and were highly efficient in counter the threat coming from any side. And as we see, one ruler Pericles, who emerged in Athens from the democratic institutions, expanded Athens among all city-states and created a confederation of Delos, and war ensued between Sparta and Athens, which ended in the defeat of Athens and the reunion of the democratic principle in the city-states, emergence of Sparta as the superhero. And so the Roman history is full of ups and downs till the establishment of the monarchical system, and which created the great Roman Empire, and wherein all-round expansion was seen, and all these city-states merged themselves into one state, or better to say empire, under the leadership of the autocratic rulers, at first chosen by Senate, called themselves consul in the ruler, and later on converted themselves into the monarchical system. So Rome, or especially Roman people, disenchanted by monarchy, they burned the throne and created democracy, and later on again turned into monarchical system with the death of Julius. And what I told you before, the Greco-Roman civilization, Athens and Sparta, the part of the Greek system, later on ensued into the Roman hierarchy, in which the system of empire building and autocratic regime started. Before the establishment of Roman Empire, three consuls ruled: Julius, Octavian, and Pompey. Ensued in the murder and killing of Pompey, and then killing of Julius, and rise of Octavian Caesar as the consul and later on sole sovereign. And so the establishment of Roman Empire, which ensued for 76 AD, in which Romans were at first pagans, adorer of Dionysus or the idols, but later on they deserted it and assumed the religion of Christ or Christianity. It was more compulsion than the heartedly willing desire of Constantine, one of the emperors of the Roman system. When a pagan emperor Octavian, Tiberius, Trajan, and others completely hoisted the banner of Roman Empire all around, and they spearheaded the Roman power, especially in all over Europe, and countered the threat of the Persian Empire and defeated them. And they remained very vocal in establishing their Roman rule. It's called in history Pax Romana, the peace established by Romans. But internally, the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and barbarous attitude of the Roman Empire on Christianity in a small state of Israel could not stop the spread of the religion, which grew up and engulfed the whole Roman populace. Almost 75% soldiers of Roman Empire at the time of Constantine became Christian. Crucifixing of Christian saints like Jesus Christ, Saint Peter, Saint Paul, and others could not help the result, and the spread of Christianity ensued upon and gained the strength despite the hostile Roman emperors. It was Constantine who assumed that empire was not to be safeguarded without accepting the Christian religion, and he vehemently accepted it and banned the pagan religion. And so in 300, coming by 300 AD, Christianity was vocal in the state religion of Rome was Christianity. So the great changes, monarchical system, democratic system, pagan religion to Christianity, Rome was the great experiment ground which was seen by the world. And now the Christian monarch continued for 176 years and vehemently established Pax Romana. And by that time, deteriorating Roman might ensued upon the downfall of the Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire, which established Pax Romana, fall apart in two parts, Western and Eastern. And Western Roman Empire downfell in 476 by the barbarous attack of the Huns, Goths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, Visigoths, other barbarous clans who penetrated into the deep heart of Rome and massacred the populace and devastated the city and complete proud ruination in all parts, in civilization, cultural, political, in all. Roman emperors who were so much mighty could not face the barbarous inroads of those hordes and succumb to the foreign elements, and massacre was seen all around in the streets of Rome. One reference can be quoted that when Alaric, the Hun leader, completely surrounded Rome, he sent the message to surrender. Roman emperor sent the message, the Roman people are still more in majoritarian existence. On that question, Alaric said, thicker the hay, it is easier to mow. And so he defeated easily the Roman emperor and captured Rome in 476. In complete defeat of Roman army at the end of Pax Romana created a great furor in Western Roman Empire, and whole Western Europe or the Western Roman Empire part entered into the Dark Ages. In the cultural segment and religion part, the establishment of Christianity was cursed by the pagan saints who completely said that the fall of Christianity was due to the acceptance of Christianity. The fall of Roman Empire was due to the acceptance of Christianity and rejection of the pagan religion and those idols which were worshipped by the Romans and which were made supreme at the time of establishment of Pax Romana, it was due to the curse of Dionysus and other god and goddesses, and so that the fall of Roman Empire. And it was the curse of Christianity which completely engulfed the Roman Empire in western part. And so the populace and the saintly attitude of some Christian philosophers like Saint Augustine, who accepted Christianity at the age of 30, was in siege in Algeria, and it's called the place that is called Hippo, wherein he was surrounded by the Hunas and was countering Christian religion vehemently, writing a book, De Civita Dei and De Civita Terrena. He completely analyzed the worldly existence, and he said that all the things are happening due to divine unfoldment or the will of the divine. He denominated the name divine unfoldment or Deviye Prakatan, in which he said the present downfall will bring the future dominance of Christianity, and all these things are happening by the will of God. It is not the curse of the paganism. And so he countered, and he was laid in siege and died there in 480 AD. And the two books, De Civita Dei or De Civita Terrena, in De Civita Terrena he completely analyzed that the worldly ecstasies and the pains are the creation of the great God in the will of God, and definitely they are not linked to any action of human being or any curse, but it is the will of God that is not known to the human being, because human beings are seeing only in one dimension, while God and God, the Supreme God, sees all the affairs in 3 dimensions, and really He is the creator of all types of activities. So framing and defining the concept of original sin in Christianity, Saint Augustine propounded the theory of divine unfoldment, and writing the 2 books, he completely safeguarded the Christian religion from downfall. In Dark Ages, these 2 books remained the main bibliography of the saint, which maintained the Christianity for 600 years. And after the fall of the barbaric and the establishment of Christian dominance, one Saint Thomas Aquinas, who upheld the doctrine of Saint Augustine by writing again 2 books, Summa Contra Gentiles and Summa Contra Theologica, he completely verified the statement of Saint Augustine, who wrote there. So the fall of Rome and the establishment of Pax Romana and acceptance of Christianity, and then downfall of the Roman state and entrance of Dark Ages completely theorized or prepared the foundation for rise of the Christianity and the dominance of it in all over Europe and even all over the world. The vehemence which it grew under the Roman Empire, under the Dark Ages, under the rise of the new Holy Roman Empire, and in Western self, it was the great revolution in part of the papacy, and the Christianity again hoisted its flag all over the world. It was the gift of the Roman Empire, especially the saints who theorized divine unfoldment and completely safeguarded the Christian religion. And the fall of Rome was not due to acceptance of Christianity, but was due to the divine will as theorized by Saint Augustine and completely propelled by Saint Thomas Aquinas.